¿Te he despertado? ¿Quieres un café?
¿Cuánto tiempo llevas levantada?
1 hora u hora y media.
Son solo las 6:30.
Todo tiene que estar preparado para la reunión de esta tarde.
El trabajo de un jefe ejecutivo nunca se acaba, ¿no es así?
Sí, pero Mason tratará de acaparar todo en cuanto vea el mínimo fallo, así que tengo que estar bien preparado.
Mason siempre será Mason. ¿Vale la pena perder el sueño?
Quiero que sea como papá deseaba.
Él también querría que te pusieras ese anillo.
Lo haré.
Pero no como si perteneciese a otro.
Mira, lo siento. No quiero empezar a discutir.
No, perdona. Es culpa mía. No era mi intención el discutir. ¿Sería lo último? ¿Hablamos de ello?
Lo siento. Sé que papá dijo que quería que nos casáramos.
Pero no crees que lo deseara, ¿no es eso?
No, creo que sí, estoy segura. Es solo que toda esa gente va a leer que CC Capwell está muy grave y que quizá no se recupere. Y también esa misma gente va a leer que su hija se ha comprometido al poco tiempo.
¿Desde cuándo te importa lo que piensen los demás?
No me importa. Bueno, sí. Es decir, el respeto por los demás, especialmente por mi padre, en buena parte es un asunto público, ¿no?
Sí.
No quiero herirte, pero creo que deberíamos aplazar la boda. Cruz.
No, tienes razón.
No.
Tiene... Mejor. Si no es así, entonces lo guardamos. Además, cariño, yo sé que me quieres con anillo o sin anillo.
Así es. El anillo solo es un símbolo. Esa no es la mano.
Pero aquí está igual de bonito y de esta forma nadie te preguntará nada. Y si lo hacen, puedes decir que te lo regaló tu padre. Así le estarás honrando a los ojos de todo el mundo y también a mí. ¿Te parece bien?
Gracias.
¿Quieres tumbarte un rato conmigo?
Eres tan maravilloso conmigo.
Es muy fácil.
Te quiero.
Yo también te quiero.
What? What? Who is it? I'm awake. Oh. Well, it's still there. I didn't dream it. She kissed me.
Yeah, I guess we can talk here. Look, I won't take much of your time. So I just kind of wish Jack was here.
Jack's involved in an important meeting with somebody who's important to the Capwell future, but as his partner, you're my client as well, so that's what this time is about. Say, Cruz Castillo's a very bright guy. He really seemed to have you sweating in Ventura.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Well, you forget about it. Jack tells me that you're a terrific guy, that you believe in yourself and you believe in the truth.
I lied to Jack. To you, to everyone.
About what?
Steve did have a gun, but not in his hand. He didn't threaten me with it. In fact, he didn't even know I was there until I surprised him, which is when he lost his balance and hit Christy, and Christy's gun that she had went off.
Ted, why exactly are you telling me this right now?
Because this afternoon, I'm taking Christy down to the DA's office, and we're going to tell them just exactly what happened.
And who else have you told?
No one, yet.
You know, Ted, if you were anyone else, I would tell Jack to drop this whole thing like a hot potato right now. I mean, it's not a judgment. That's just the way it is. But I know that he's looking forward to a long working relationship with you and your family, and that your father needs you now.
Well, what can I do? I mean, I can't change what happened.
You could be quiet about it.
Wait, are you saying just to keep on?
It's just an accident. What does it matter if anyone?
No, it matters. I might have already lost a girlfriend because of this whole thing.
You stand to lose a great deal more if you change your story at this point.
Wait, I didn't ask you here for your advice. I just thought that I owed it to you to tell you first. Thanks for coming.
Ted, you're a young man. I know that you're trying to do what's right.
I made up my mind. Yeah, Christy. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm ready. No, just meet me out in front then.
Are we, still speaking today or not? I forget.
Mason, it's my fault. It was your room, and I just...
No, I should have looked first, but I'm not in the habit of checking the bed for young women. Then
well, you see, I didn't know you were coming back, and I...
Eric? Well, no, I did say that I would be spending the night at the beach. At least I think I said I was.
Mason, I did try and wake you up, but...
I know, I was pretty well out of it.
I think we've talked about this enough, don't you?
Okay.
Oh, what'd you do to your hand?
It's, ink, I guess. I'm always leaving reminders to myself and then forgetting what I wanted to remind myself of.
I do that, too.
So how's Dad doing?
Well, I gave him a sponge bath and changed his IV. You know, I think his color is better, but that's probably because he's home.
Huh. Well, I've been busy this morning, too. You, want to watch me on TV?
TV?
Yeah, I went out to my car this morning and a minicam jumped out of the bushes. I had to say something to them.
Oh, an interview.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Mason!
Excuse me.
I'll talk to you later, Mary.
When did you get back?
Last night. Listen, Kelly, I need to talk to you about the meeting.
And you stayed here in this house after what you and Gina did to Daddy?
Well, I can explain.
No, you can't, Mason. Not to me, you can't. You can't ever explain it, and you can't ever make up for it. Now, what about the meeting?
Never mind.
No, what? I hope you don't think you're going to be there.
Well, why not? I have as much right to be there as you do. In fact, I'm going to nominate myself as president and chairman of the board.
You what? Oh, sober up, Mason. Daddy wants Eden to run the company, and that's who it's going to be.
Forget it, Kelly. I don't need your vote anyway.
Oh, is that what you wanted? Well, forget it is right. Listen, I've got some things to do. But don't worry. I'll be back in time for the board meeting. And I hope I don't see you there.
Issued a disclaimer denying any involvement in the fraud. An investigation is pending. The Santa Barbara City Council will meet today for final hearings on the proposed expansion of the Kendrick Industrial Park complex.
Good morning to you, too.
Residents of the surrounding
So what happened?
communities of
You just figured out you might have something to gain? Is that why you're here? Or did you get a quick summons from Gina to finally finish Dad off?
I expected better from you, Ted.
Yeah, I expected better from you. It's a mistake I'm never going to make again, Mason.
Ted, try to remember that I gave you the benefit of the doubt, not to mention the benefit of my services when nobody else believed in you.
Well, you shouldn't have wasted your time. I'll be going to jail anyway.
Steve Bassett was shot?
Duvall has been questioned in the case. Duvall now claims that Bassett raped her here in Santa Barbara this past July.
What? It was Bassett all along?
Abuse that began years
Were you too
ago
drunk for the last 2 weeks to read the papers?
Police have also questioned Ted Capwell, the man Duvall originally
Questioned you? What for?
I was there.
In another story of national...
My God,
new
Ted.
board of directors of Capwell Enterprises meets for the first time...
Oh, we don't need to hear this.
No, leave it on.
President, C.C. Capwell, lingering between life and death in a coma from which his doctors say he may never recover. Meg Kuffner has an exclusive interview with Capwell's oldest son, Mason, the man most likely to assume control of his father's international conglomerate.
That's the company of any of the
said that?
Well, they just assumed it.
A lot to learn, perhaps, before making any big decisions?
Well, certainly, but I do know more about the company operations than anyone else. I've worked very closely with my father for a long time.
You know, there have been rumors in the past about differences between you and your father.
Well, yes, it's true that we're both very strong-willed men, but family is family, and this is something Dad wanted me to do.
I don't believe this.
I only hope that I've inherited some of his talent.
Maybe I do.
Did you hear that? Something Dad wanted him to do.
Is there any new word on his prospects for recovery?
Well, no, I'm afraid not. But...
¿Por qué no lo apagas? Sabes que solo va a ponerte peor.
Observándole muy de cerca, ya ha estado de juerga 2 semanas.
Ha estado actuando como jefe ejecutiva de las empresas.
Qué cara más dura.
¿Qué papel representará ella en la
un
nueva?
momento, espere un segundo. No sé qué es lo que habrá oído usted sobre Eden, pero pienso
Y ahora
que
me
ella
toca
ha
a
hecho
mí.
un trabajo bueno. Considerando
¿Consideraciones?
que es joven e inexperta, pero estoy seguro de que cualquier problema que haya en su dirección puede ser corregido fácilmente. Debe ser elogiada por sus esfuerzos.
¿Qué de tonterías está diciendo?
No puedo soportar esto, no puedo verlo más. ¿Qué es lo que quiere decir con problemas en mi dirección?
Venga, tranquilízate, ya conoces a Mason.
El balance de nuestro último trimestre ha sido el mejor.
Él ni sabe eso ni le importa.
¿Ves contra lo que me enfrento? ¿Lo ves?
Solo está intentando provocarte para que hagas alguna estupidez.
Si estas noticias se propagan con esa entrevista, los accionistas del Hotel Walton creerán que estamos en la quiebra.
Tú tienes las cuentas que muestran lo contrario.
Además, con la fusión, será del dominio público y querrán deshacerse de mí.
Eden, la forma de vencer a Mason en su juego es no dejar que sea tan importante para ti como lo es para él.
Lo siento, tengo que vestirme.
Well, what did you want me to do, Ted? Air the family's dirty laundry on television? Tell them that Dad hated me and the feeling was mutual?
You could have said nothing. You could have just told him to go away. And what was all this about Eden here?
Never mind about Eden. She and I will work that out between the two of us. Never mind about Kelly. Never mind about Dad. Ted, the business at hand is between you and me.
There is nothing between you and me.
It's not the way I remember it.
I trusted you, Mason. I trusted Gina. I always thought Dad was a little too hard on both of you. I mean, I love Channing. I love Mom, but I kind of felt sorry for the two of you. You guys are always being shoved out of the way.
So we fought back. Is that so incomprehensible?
Yeah, the way you did it is.
Ted, Dad didn't see what he thought he saw that day between Gina and me. But I didn't argue. I took the rap because, truthfully, it had happened before. Once.
Yeah, well, that's enough.
Okay. Be angry. I don't blame you for that, but it's no personal offense against you, is it? I mean, I made a mistake, and I'm sorry for it. I don't suppose that's ever happened to you? Ted, you're the only person in this family whose opinion of me I give a damn about. Are you going to write me off completely? Can't you just figure it into what I am as a person, what I've been to you as a brother?
It's hurt, Mason.
I know it did. I can see that, and I'm sorry. But it doesn't mean that I'm another person all of a sudden. I still care about you, Ted. That's something that's always been there and always will be. Now, you want to tell me about Steve Bassett? How deep are you in this time?
Figured you'd like to look through the stuff today and look at the layouts on the pages I've indicated. Now, aren't you glad I gave you that key? P.S. Don't carry the rose by your teeth. Ouch. Oh.
Nick, this is Cruz. I ran into your new client yesterday, and she seemed real happy with the arrangement.
Hey, Cruz.
Good private investigator's hard to find in this town, so if you do want any more supplementing your income, I got plenty of work I can throw your way. You just let me know, man. Okay? I'll talk to you. Bye.
Investigator. Nick?
No, the more I think about it, the better I get.
Well, then don't think about it already.
Mason could
Hacerme esto siempre que quisiera. Y Gina le habrá dicho que yo era la junta de directivos. Seguro que va a entrar allí con todo bajo el brazo. Pues te diré que... ¿Crees tú que aceptaría dinero? Seguro que será eso.
De verdad que no me gusta la forma en que hablas.
Poder, eso es. Él siempre quiere poder. ¿Qué has dicho?
No he dicho nada. ¿Qué vas a preparar para comer?
Escucha, lo siento. Es que no sé cómo manejar las cosas.
¿Que no sabes cómo? Seguro que no te he dicho esto suficientes veces. ¿No sabes lo orgulloso que estoy de ti? Tu padre no ha podido escoger a nadie más duro o más inteligente y sobre todo más humano para cuidar de sus negocios.
Gracias.
De nada. Además, no sé si debería decir esto. No sé si está bien. Cuando hablamos de trabajo, no sé si crees que es degradante o sexista. Pero yo creo que eres tan preciosa que... Mírate, solo quiero que... ¿Es degradante?
No, no es degradante. ¿Sabes por qué llevo puesto este vestido?
No, ¿por qué?
Porque sabía que estabas enfadado y la última vez que me lo puse me dijiste que me parecía...
Ah, sí, la francesa.
Catherine Deneuve, pero con más nariz.
¿Qué pasa con tu nariz? ¿Qué hay de malo en tu nariz?
Ya sé que es un desastre, pero no me quejo.
Ven aquí.
No, espera, miraré mis notas para saber si besarse es degradante.
Chica guapa, olvida esas notas. Dame un beso.
And I haven't seen Lakin since. But she made me realize that if something's wrong, it's wrong. Even if you have the right reasons for it. So, I'm taking Christy down to the DA's office. Julia's going to be there. And we're going to tell him exactly what happened. The truth. You asked me, Mason, I told you. And I am not going to change my mind.
Good. Don't.
You know, Eric, Tyler, you know, Jack Lee's associate, he said that I'd be better off just shutting up about it.
Well, he may know the law, but he doesn't know you very well. It's true, it's a risk, but it wasn't such a terrible lie after all, and you are coming forward on your own volition.
And Julia's on her side, too.
And so am I.
Yeah, great.
Ted, remember something? Jack Lee is Dad's lawyer. As long as I'm around, you've got one of your own. Bylaws and amendments and minutes. I do believe it's fading.
Boy, that Rosa, she sure is a good cook. You know, I wasn't even hungry, but she insisted on cooking breakfast for me, and then I went ahead and ate almost the whole thing. It's kind of embarrassing, really. Oh, you don't have to do that. No, I'll take it to the kitchen. Well, that's very nice of you. You know, everyone around here has been very nice to me. Am I interrupting? I mean, obviously I'm interrupting. I mean, you're trying to get some work done, right? What?
Have dinner with me tonight.
All right.
You said yes?
Where shall I meet you?
Meet me?
I mean, what time?
Well, the relief nurse gets here at 5, right?
5?
But my meeting may run over, so shall we say 9 o'clock?
9, yeah. Should I bring something?
Bring something? You mean like a covered dish? On a date?
Oh, a date.
What did you think I meant?
Is that your watch?
Yes.
What's it doing?
Well, I set it on stopwatch to see how long it would take you to say no. But look, the deciseconds are fleeing into eternity even as we speak. because you said yes. Trying to get to 9 o'clock as fast as it can.
Morning. You're early.
Yes, where's your associate?
Beg your pardon?
Jack the Ripper Lee.
His associate Eric is outside talking in the hall with Mama.
Oh, only second string at this meeting, huh?
Jack's going to be late. He's bringing someone to the meeting.
Reinforcements, huh? Is Sophia coming?
No. Is Gina?
No.
Good.
I'm, sorry about that interview this morning. It didn't come off at all the way I intended.
Interview? Here's agenda of the meeting.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. Well, there are a few things missing, but don't worry about that. I took the trouble of drawing up an agenda of my own, so they won't be left out.
Interesting. But that's the chairman's duty.
We don't have a chairman.
The chief of operations has the power to call and conduct meetings on the board in the chairman's absence, Section 10 of the bylaws.
I see. Isn't this going to be fun?
Don't worry, Mason. I have more copies.
Well, they're only paper. Any motion you make, Eden, can't pass without me because you don't have a majority of the votes. You see, you and Kelly and Ted and I have one vote, but Brandon has two, and I'm his trustee, so I control half the votes.
Oh, we'll see about that.
And if I can convince Ted and Kelly to vote with me, then you can call all the meetings you like, but I'm going to run them.
Ted and Kelly know Daddy wanted you out of the business completely, and all your talk about how you admire his talent and vision is not going to fool anybody, Mason.
What? Oh, the interview.
Yes. It's for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
No. Yes, Gina. Oh, no. No, we haven't started yet.
What did Mama say?
Got it.
Oh, just a minute.
Sorry to bother you.
It's your room. Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting?
Yeah, but I think I may need a couple of my corporate law books.
Mason, I'm going to have all my things moved down to the guest room by tonight.
There's no hurry. Are you, you've been shopping?
Oh, well, the doctor and Mrs. Armonte are with your father, so yeah, I thought I'd go out and pick up a few things. Where are we going tonight? That is, if you still...
Well, of course I still. How about the Orient Express?
Yeah, I think that'll be all right.
Well, I'm glad you approve.
Oh, no, I'm not approving. I approve.
Good.
Aren't you supposed to be at a meeting?
Yeah. An acting chairman does not have unlimited power of appointments.
Mason, do you have to fight over everything?
A vote is not needed for me to appoint Eric as recording secretary.
Ms. Chairman?
Go ahead, Eric.
The bottom of Section 10. And may make such temporary appointments as are necessary until the chairman returns or new elections are held.
Then I move we hold new elections. For some reason, it's not on the agenda.
You can raise that issue when we come to new business. Right now, you are out of order. We are discussing Walton Hotels Incorporated. Now, I'm sure during our procedural squabble, you had enough time to look over the dossier Jack and I prepared on the state of merger negotiations. Walton's directors are agreeable to the takeover subject to the terms and conditions that are set before you, which Daddy himself negotiated. Now, some smaller details, of course, have to be finalized, but it is a pretty stiff bargain. With a controlling interest in Walton, though, we will have market penetration like we've never had it before, with a fraction of what it would cost us to do so. It's what Daddy wanted. Now, if there are no further discussions, I think that we should proceed to vote. And I'm hoping that this will be unanimous.
This looks terrific, Eden. I'm really impressed.
Thank you. Eric, will you call roll?
On the proposed action regarding Walton Hotels Incorporated, how do you vote? Eden Capwell.
In favor.
Kelly Capwell.
In favor.
Ted Capwell.
In favor.
Brandon Capwell.
Against?
Why?
Brandon Capwell, second vote.
Against?
Mason Capwell.
Against.
Mason, do you have any reasons?
You heard Eden. I mean, Daddy wanted this, and it's the best thing for the company.
Eric, will you read the bylaws concerning a tie vote on the board of directors?
Certainly. In case of a tie vote, the chairman or acting chairman may select one of the two non-voting directors, Gina DeMott Capwell or Sophia Capwell Armonte, to cast a vote on the proposal before the board.
The chair selects Sophia Armonte to vote. Eric, will you please add her to the list? No?
And you want me to get her?
I move that the meeting be closed to any and all latecomers.
Oh, that doesn't matter, Mason. I'll vote for Mama. I have her proxy.
Wait a minute.
Eric, would you please add her to the list, record this, please, and finish the roll?
Point of order.
Gladly. Sophia Capwell Armonte.
In favor. Proposal is passed. May we proceed to new business? Right on, Eden.
Ms. Chairman. Ms. Chairman, may I direct your attention to Section 21 of the bylaws? No member of the governing board of any other corporation or enterprise may hold office or vote with this board of directors until 10 years after such membership has been terminated.
So
Sophia is on the board of Armonte Enterprises. You can stick your proxy away until 1995.
I'm sorry, I don't know how that was overlooked.
I move that Sophia Armonte's vote be struck and Gina Capwell allowed to vote in her place.
Gina Capwell? I don't have to do that, do I?
The language does not compel you to select either of them.
Well, Mason, the vote's still tied.
Yes, and it always will be. Whatever you propose, Eden. Right down to the lunch breaks.
What is it exactly that you want, Mason? What is it that you don't like? Huh? I mean, we are going to look like fools for doing all the groundwork and then getting hung up on the lack of one vote.
I have no objection at all to the Walton Hotel deal. It's obviously in our best interest.
Well, then good. Call the roll again. Mason wants to change his vote.
I'll be happy to, once we hold an election naming me acting president and chairman of the board.
The fact is, Tony, the shooting was an accident.
The fact is, counsel, that your client and Ted Capwell lied in collusion. Why should I or anyone believe them now? What's he doing here? Where's Jack Lee?
I was the investigating officer.
Mr. Lee had a previous commitment.
Uh-huh. Well, I suppose that gives us a clue to his faith in his client.
Glad to see you back on the job, Tony. How's your health?
My health is great. I was feeling fine until I walked into this room.
Tony, I'm sorry about your heart. I really am. Your blood pressure, whatever it is. The fact is, I'm not going to let that girl go to prison for defending herself against a man who sexually abused her for years. Now, you haven't said it, but I know that you believe what Ted and Christy said today. Why would they lie? No, don't give me. You had no place to go with this murder 2 charge. Bassett had a gun. He threatened to kill them both countless times. All right, so they fudged the details. They were afraid. Christy's been afraid of that man for her entire life, which is what fouled you up in the rape case. And now you are going to prosecute her for accidentally shooting a man who worked in your office, raped her, and tried to send her best friend to prison for it. What is that going to look like? We know what that's going to look like, don't we, Tony? It's going to look like the DA has a vendetta.
That the shooting was accidental cannot be proved.
And you can't prove that it was anything else. And even if you could, there are precedents, as you well know, in cases where wives and children are repeatedly abused by the head of the household, whether it's planned or premeditated. It's an act of self-defense.
That's true, Tony.
Murder 2 charge is a farce. Manslaughter is an outrage. You're not going to get a jury in this town to convict her. If you have any grace, humanity, or an instinct for self-preservation, Tony, drop the case.
I never did like lady lawyers.
What do you think?
You are very good, and I think maybe.
Yay. 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 Nay. Nay. No, and I think this is ridiculous.
That's my vote, in case you wondered.
Why didn't I guess that?
So the vote is 3-3. Motion to name Mason Capwell acting president is defeated.
And so is your takeover.
Mason, we gave you your vote, man. What more do you want?
A second ballot, and this time one of you is going to vote for me.
Oh, think again.
That chance.
Not either of you. Eden's going to. Aren't you, Eden?
Why is that, Mason?
Because you want this takeover to go through. You said it was important to the company. What you didn't say was that it's important to you. You did all the legwork. You made all the contacts after Dad had his stroke. And you assured the Walton people that the company would still be run with the same firm hand, even though Dad wouldn't be here. The entire business world knows what we're doing here today, and they're all watching. If this deal doesn't go through, your credibility will plummet, as will the Walton stock. Now tell me, do you think Daddy would want that?
Mason, that's blackmail.
Kelly, that is business. Well, Ms. Chairman, would you like to change your vote?
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
And I second it.
All in favor?
Wait a minute. I have 3 votes, and I say that this meeting is still in session. Kelly, Ted, this is a board meeting, not romper room. Ms. Chairman?
Could have been worse.
How? There's got to be a loophole here somewhere. There's got to be 2 paragraphs in conflict or something.
Eden, we've been going through this for 2 hours. There isn't a loophole. Jack would agree. Look, the fact is that the same clause appears in the same wording in the bylaws from the day your father founded the company. As it stands, there's just no way that your mother can vote in the board meeting.
I am not going to let Gina have a vote. I am going to find something in these bylaws that's going to disqualify one of Mason's votes.
Eden, I am calling it a day.
Eric.
You know what? So are you.
Eric, I don't want you to call it a day.
Eden.
I want you to help me here.
Eden, look, you're a very, very sharp lady, and you are very thorough. And you are definitely something to see when you're in a tight spot. But there's one thing that you need to learn, and that's how not to burn yourself out. So lay off for tonight. Hey, you should feel real good about everything you did today.
Why should I? I lost. Plain and simple.
No. No, you did not lose. Mason lost. He is in exactly the same position as when he started.
So am I.
No. No, you're not. You take a look at all that you accomplished today. You almost succeeded in breaking a deadlocked vote. I mean, Mason will never take that for granted again. You fought a mean battle of wits, lady. And didn't it feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah. You love the power, don't you? You love having it and wielding it. But you have to learn one thing, and that's to savor the small victories. It's all a game, and you have to enjoy the playing as much as the score.
But it's not a game to me. All I can think about is my father lying up there. He can't move, he can't talk. Who knows if he can listen? He's expecting me to be stronger and better than anyone else. I have to make this work.
Eden, take a walk. Take a swim in that beautiful pool out there. You have to relax. You're driving yourself too much. Now, Jack's going to be back soon, and I can guarantee you he's going to want to see you. And I know he's going to tell you that you did good.
That's good.
Thanks.
So how long do you think it'll be before we hear one way or the other from Patterson?
You tell me. You know, he sure is playing his bad health to the hilt. You know, don't talk to me now. I'm weak. Yeah, I think you probably heard on the radio before you heard from him, but I don't think you can wait too much longer. Me, of course, on the other hand, waiting is becoming my specialty.
Maybe your meeting ran late.
Yeah. Or maybe Jack or one of his cohorts came up with some new and exciting publicity stunt.
You know, you're right not to trust Jack.
Trust how?
Try every which way. Eden adores you. I'm not saying that... I'm just saying that anytime anyone looks at the two of you together or looks at you alone when the other one's name is brought up, can see that.
Oh, yeah. Well, then what do you mean?
I mean, you've got integrity. Jack doesn't. And I should know. I love the man. And it's not sour grapes, really. It's not jealousies or squabbles. As a matter of fact, I don't recall a time when we ever had a full-fledged fight.
Oh, well, don't knock that. You know, see all the dents in these walls here? I can't even leave anything out anymore unless it's light enough, or if it's too heavy, you know, she won't throw it at me. She throws things at me all the time.
Yeah, well, I'd throw things and get mad. And Jack would lie. You'd be surprised how quickly that'll end an argument. I'd give anything for the yelling and the breaking of china. Promises don't make a sound when they get broken.
Well put. Of course, I have made Eden wait for me a few times.
Now it's her turn, right?
Nah,
forget I said I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I gotta go.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for the wine.
Sure.
Let me know if you talk to Patterson, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Okay. You drive safely.
I will. You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh.
Solo me hubiera retrasado una hora si no paro a comprar las flores.
¿Qué tal la reunión?
No me preguntes. ¿Estás enfadado?
¿Perdiste la noción del tiempo?
No, sencillamente... Mason estuvo imposible. Acabamos tarde y Jack apareció después y tuve que explicarle cómo fue todo. También fui a la piscina un rato antes de venir aquí.
¿Teníais los 25 teléfonos averiados o qué?
No. No quería llamarte delante de Jack y que pensara que me estaba excusando de algo.
Oh, ¿quieres que piense de ti como alguien sin ataduras?
No quería que pensara que eres uno de esos novios absorbentes que necesitan saber dónde estoy en cada minuto.
Así es como estoy actuando, ¿no es eso? Sí, por supuesto. Estoy aquí solo, se me ocurren unas cuantas locuras y lo siento.
¿Desde cuándo bebes con las dos manos?
Julia estuvo aquí un rato conmigo.
¿Haciendo qué?
Tenía que haberte llamado y contártelo, pero no quería que pensase que eras ese tipo de novia que controla cada segundo de mi tiempo.
Perdóname.
Perdóname tú. Gracias por las flores.
De nada. Creo que tenemos un problema en nuestras manos y por eso no estamos suficiente tiempo juntos.
Ese es el problema. Pero al menos no nos quedamos enfadados tanto tiempo como antes. Ya es un progreso.
Me encantaría que pudiéramos marcharnos a algún sitio.
Eden, podemos. Podríamos levar anclas y dirigirnos a alta mar. Ahora. Tú y yo. El sol, el mar y 1 millar de delfines que piensen como nosotros.
Suena maravillosamente.
Entonces, ¿por qué no lo hacemos?
Well, don't forget, Santa Barbara can be seen here again on Sky One on Monday afternoon at 2:20 past.